Okay, so today I'm going to be explaining and talking about human resource management, or HRM. I'm not going too much into depth into this because it's a big topic and there's a lot to it. I've created a basic slideshow just to have something in the background while I talk. So let's get started. Human resource management is the process of employing people, training and compensating them, and developing policies to retain them. So they don't get fired or they don't want to leave or anything. We want people to stay at their jobs. When I say compensating, by the way, I'm referring to their pay, their health benefits, vacation time, sick days, and etc. Human resource management's gone through many changes throughout the years, and they are a lot more important to an organization nowadays compared to in the past when they weren't too important. They just dealt with like payroll, sending birthday gifts to employees, and arranging company outings. There are four roles to human resource management. There's employing, training, compensation, and policies, and I'll get to all this in a bit. So first would be staffing. So even with high-tech machines right now that some companies have, they still require humans to run them at the moment. They can't just run by themselves. So because of this, one of HRM's tasks is staffing, and staffing includes the hiring process from posting a job to negotiating a salary package. There are four steps to this process. One is developing a staffing plan. So you just need to get an idea of how many people you need to hire, what spots you need to fill out, and stuff like that. Two, you need to, like nowadays they want to do multiculturalism since there's so many people in the workforce and they want to keep it diverse, I guess. Three is recruitment. This includes finding people to fill all the current open positions. So four is selection. In this part, people picked will be interviewed and selected. This step is also followed by training, which I'm going to talk about next. So once the hiring process is done and the staffing is good, it's HR's job to make sure that the people picked are not only trying to do their job, but they also have the ability to grow and develop new skills. This results in more productivity for the organization. In addition, if employees feel like they're being trained well and doing a good job, it then makes them feel happier and makes them want to stay at that job longer. So you don't think you're doing good at a job and you're unhappy, then you're going to want to leave and find something else. So to make people stay, they do this. There's also a huge part to HR, and it's to do with current policies going on and laws. As a part of human resource management, one of your jobs is to pay attention to current policies and enforce them in your workspace. This can be very hard due to the fact that policies change every day, and you have to make sure you enforce them or else you can get your organization in trouble. Same when it comes to laws like worker safety laws and labor laws. When it comes to protection, safety is a major consideration in all organizations. Oftentimes, new laws are created with the goal of setting federal or state standards to ensure worker safety, and it is up to the human resource manager to be aware of these requirements and ensure the workplace is meeting both federal and union standards. These are called internal factors. It's something a company or organization has control over, and they can do and change as they please. But there is also something called external factors too. This is something that company has no control over. It just happens, and there's some things that could happen that may impact HR positively or negatively. Some of these include changes to employment law, healthcare costs, layoffs, and downsizing. And a good example of this trend is like COVID happened, so people have to work from home, you need flexible work schedules, and it's affected HR because they need to be aware of these issues and make policies so that people don't abuse it or they get in trouble or something. So it takes a lot of work for them to keep an eye over these policies and laws, and they're always changing. So it's really hard to keep up with them and make sure they're enforced. And that's as far as I can go really in the time limit. Thank you for listening.